Right ahead on ABC 7 News at 11, mixed reactions. We are hearing from both campaigns and voters after the FBI clears Hillary Clinton following a review of her emails. Plus, the candidates crisscrossing the country to get out the vote in one final mega blitz before the election. But their schedules are so jam-packed, they are running behind. The news starts now.
Now, ABC 7 News at 11, on your side.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kimberly Suiters. With all the twists and turns this campaign has taken, we probably shouldn't be too surprised by yet another announcement from FBI Director James Comey tonight about the Hillary Clinton email review. Our Brianne Carter is here with the latest look at developments and reactions from both campaigns. Did anyone say they expected this tonight, Brianne?
Well, many saying they were not surprised, and this was the letter that we heard directly from FBI Director James Comey, issuing it to Congress late today, and since then, reaction on both sides has been pouring in.
During the final laps of this marathon campaign season, tonight a new announcement from the FBI. In this letter to Congress, Director James Comey says the FBI is sticking with the same conclusion, that charges won't be filed against Hillary Clinton. The letter comes after late last month, Comey announced a renewed investigation into Clinton's emails. While crisscrossing states tonight, Clinton's camp reacting to the latest development.
It sounds like the FBI director's conclusion is as we thought it would be.
Trump, also out on the campaign trail, is calling on voters to deliver justice.
Hillary Clinton is guilty. She knows it. The FBI knows it. The people know it. And now it's up to the American people to deliver justice at the ballot box on November 8th.
Before heading to the polls, voters are also weighing in.
I don't think they should have been brought back up, but it did. But I don't think many people are concerned about it.
Patrick McDevitt, a Clinton supporter from Pittsburgh, is concerned this could have a down ballot effect.
The chances we had of winning the Senate are probably gone.
Trump supporters now questioning this latest investigation by the FBI.
And some of those Trump supporters telling us they're not only suspicious of the timing, but the short length of time it took for the FBI to conclude this latest investigation. Kimberly?
All right, Brianne. Well, financial markets are reacting to the FBI's clearing of Clinton. Dow futures are up more than 200 points ahead of tomorrow's opening bell. In the meantime, the Clinton campaign is focusing these final hours on states where there is very little voting before Election Day. Hillary Clinton started the day at a church in Philadelphia. She then moved on to Ohio for a Get Out the Vote event with NBA star LeBron James. The day ended in New Hampshire, where Clinton appeared with Gold Star father Khizr Khan. Donald Trump verbally attacked Khan after his son, an Army captain, was killed in Iraq, and Khan defended Hillary Clinton at the Democratic National Convention. Tomorrow, Clinton will be with President Obama and the First Lady in Philadelphia. Donald Trump spent time in 4 states before ending the day in Leesburg. At least that's the plan. He's not there yet. We're going to have more on his visit coming up. With other stops in Michigan and Pennsylvania, states that haven't voted for a Republican in more than 20 years, his campaign is looking to expand his narrow path to 270 electoral votes. Trump's jam-packed campaign schedule is causing him to fall a little behind schedule. He was supposed to speak to supporters in Leesburg at 9:30. It's now 11:03, and he's not there yet. But his supporters do not care. Annalisa Gale is there live now to give us a peek at the crowd's patience, and we understand the lines are way out the door. Annalisa.
That's right, Kimberly. Rick Santorum just kicked off the rally here in Leesburg, and right now on stage is former Senator Dick Black. He just said that he expects that Donald Trump will be here after midnight. He also estimates that about 9,000 people are here tonight.
Are you ready to help us win Virginia? Thank you so much for coming out here tonight. You are going to be part of something very special. The latest Trump campaign rally of the season is going to happen right here tonight. So we're going to see how hardy Virginia is, because you're going to be here for a while.
This room is at capacity here at the Loudoun County Fairgrounds, and there are still people standing online waiting to get in here. Due to limited parking, some people walked a few miles to get here. Unlike what we saw at George Mason University on Saturday night for Governor Mike Pence's rally, we didn't see any Hillary Clinton supporters for Trump's rally here in Leesburg. After making stops in Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, Trump was running behind schedule, like you said, for his visit here in Leesburg. But his supporters are willing to wait, as you can see.
Until he gets here. So if he comes in at 2 in the morning, I'll be standing right here waiting for him.
Here you can hear them chanting, "I believe that he will win," something that we've heard over and over again. Tomorrow, Ivanka Trump will be in Manassas, and we'll be sure to have updates. Live in Leesburg, Annalisa Gage.